Hello, this is Lana and congratulations on starting this course. So today we're going to talk about the most important housekeeping rules and the mindset. So the mindset is 95% of your success, and I think covering that entirely is really important. Let me just make this video of myself a little bit smaller. So first of all, I understand this is an important step for you, and this is a step towards ownership of your own marketing and sales, and that's definitely is a step towards a pathway to freedom, whatever freedom you can imagine, whatever is in your head, either that's owning your business or either that's finally automating your business and making it work for you, or having time freedom, or having money freedom and traveling, whatever it's in there in your dreams. That's the step that you are taking now, and this is that step that is going to help you make your dreams come true. But it's really important that we have that right mindset towards everything that we do in our life, and I want, with this session today, I want to set up right mindset and right expectations. So here you can see that cute bear, and today I even decided I wear this shirt. I have that same bear on a bike, so if bear can do it, you can do it. And we just need to stop making any excuses. And our brains are really old, and we are wired with all this for a million years, when we were running away from the dinosaurs, we are wired with all the safety and other things just installed inside our head, and sometimes we have a lot of head talk. So sometimes the best thing to do is to say to your brain, okay, shut up, and now we're just gonna do some work. It's good to exclude your judgment for a little bit and just do the doing. Okay, your brain will always be preventing you. Your brain will always be telling you, those stories, telling you that no, that's not gonna work, or no, that's not the right way, or there is a better way. Let's try this. Let's try that. So that's a chatter inside us that's trying to, make us to do something else. And this is where we need to start controlling what is happening inside our head. And I'm pretty sure that most of us watching this are aware about it in some extent. It's also really important that you believe in yourself. You believe in yourself regardless, and you believe that you are able. You know inside that you are able to do a lot of things that would be much bigger than what we are doing in this course. And just always remind yourself about that. Never lose that trust, never lose that momentum. And in many cases, people just are not very confident in doing things, and they're not doing things just because they're not very confident. But the only way to gain confidence is to take action. Literally, let me repeat that. The only way to become confident is to take action. Okay? And what action is the commitment. You need to take some action daily, and this is your commitment. So it's kind of committing yourself, and of course you've already paid a fair amount of money to just get into this course, so that kind of sometimes stimulates people better. Even if I've given you information for free, in many cases when you give information for free, people do not do anything with it because they cannot see value in it. Okay, and of course, if there was a magic money printing machine, we both wouldn't be here. It takes hard work, and I need to warn you in advance. Please be prepared. It does take some work, and sometimes it takes figuring out. But as a result, like let's say that you are able to 2x or 5x or sometimes 10x your ROI. Would you be happy with that? So a reminder for the Nike slogan is just do it. Okay. One of the very important factors. You know why it's all not very easy to do? there is lots of information. There is a whole lot of information. Some of that is really good information, some of that is bad, some of that is misleading information. And as a result, we are actually sinking in the informational overwhelm. Information comes to us literally all the time that we are awake, from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. And controlling information is really important. So probably for the duration of the course, if you could just shut down everything, like really, if you can, unsubscribe, stop receiving those messages from everybody else, because you're already now doing something. Do not let your brain get distracted on that, because otherwise we will all sink back into the information overwhelm. We start asking questions, we go back to the discussion about the brain and how old it is. Okay, and guess what? Yes, take breaks. Tech is not easy. Sometimes it's downright nasty. You can't do something, you are frustrated, you can't find that simple button, it's hidden somewhere, and we start experiencing all these negative emotions towards the technology. The day I decided to not to experience any frustration with the technology was the best day of my life, because if something breaks, something doesn't work, most of the time there would be me, the human, who doesn't understand the robots. But if you're not very good with tech, take it gently. Do not let yourself to get overwhelmed with the technology. Okay? One of the big differences in you taking this course with us is that we literally guarantee that we are behind you for every step of the way to help you with that tech overwhelm. Okay? To help you decide those two critical problems that are holding you back from being successful. Okay? And I want you to practice 3 P's, which is patience, persistence, and just following proven path. If it worked for numerous other businesses, why wouldn't it work for you? Okay? Now let's move into the part where I want to talk about, in general. And this is something that probably should have been told to you before, and maybe I've told you that, but I think this part is still really important, part of the mindset. I am here, and our agency and our staff is here to help you win. That's the only reason we are doing that, because if you're winning, we are winning. Okay? If you're losing, we are also having a lot of difficult time to find new customers and to have successful cases, to present testimonials. So we are here all together in one game. And if you look at the books of Robert Kiyosaki, his books about business, you can always find the phrases where he says, you know what, guys, just go and invest into someone who is more knowledgeable than you, and you'll already be winning. Okay? And sometimes it will be the person who's just a little bit more knowledgeable, and in many cases, like Henry Ford was once blamed that he is not very knowledgeable about how to build the cars. And he has answered, you know what, I've got best engineers, I've got best staff, I've got best of the best, and they are knowledgeable, so I don't have to be. So they can't blame him into not knowing every single detail of the car building. Same, you do not need to be in a position of spending, like me, 20 years in marketing in order to figure it out. That's why we're here. We are here to help. And another thing that is an important part of the mindset is to view your ad spend, the money that you're going to spend on ads, is an investment. Investment carries risks, and we need to be aware of that. Okay, we need to be fully aware of how much money we're spending, how much we have in our budget. But you shouldn't view it as an expense. It's an investment. If it was an expense, it would be something that you just buy and you do not get anything out of it. So with the advertising, what happens, and generally marketing, is all about numbers. And you need to understand that unless you understand your numbers, you're not doing any marketing. Marketing is not about creativity, is not about copywriting, is not about anything else but numbers. If you have your numbers, especially now, I've been doing marketing in the days where we didn't have any data. And that was completely different. Nowadays you have all the metrics literally every step of the way, so it helps you judge what works and what doesn't. Once you figure out what works, do more of that. Once you figure out what doesn't, just find the way how to fix it. And if you can't find the way how to fix it, we're here to help. Okay. As I was talking about the ad spend as an investment, I just wanted to, bring that picture up and just say that each mistake is a stepping stone, and it becomes kind of like a ladder that you build from each of the mistakes to get to the success. So I want you to commit yourself to the course and do the doing part, and have rather low expectations but high commitment. Usually when people have low expectations and high commitment, this is when they show the best result. I wanted to just remind you, look at this, these are all Olympic champions, and they're crowned when they got their medals. They've spent 20 to 30 years or more into that thing in order to win. The commitment behind that was really huge, and sometimes, because I come from the background of professional sports, sometimes they've been training 8 hours a day. They've gone through the incredible things to get where they are. So although we're not talking about the level of the difficulty like the Olympic champions went through, I want you to understand the commitment part behind it, and how you should be treating this whole thing. And generally, the return on investment on the program, how do you judge it? If you can learn how to put an ad, we just teach you one thing out of everything. You can put an ad in the internet and make people buy what you've got, you'll never be broke again. Is that correct? In many cases, your success depends on your skill set, and your marketing skill set, your technical background, and your sales skill set. In this case, are three completely different skill sets, and most likely you're only good at one or two, but not all of them. So we're here to bring it all together. Okay. So when you are judging your return on investments on ads, you always need to look into the dollars that you put into your advertising, and we'll talk much more about it, but just in short, the dollars that you put in the advertising and the percent that they bring you back. So sometimes it's a little bit scary to invest money in the beginning, but you need to also understand that advertising in the beginning is more like a testing stage, and only then it's a kind of a return on the investment. Okay, so be prepared for that in the beginning it might not be straight away huge ROI, but then you'll figure it out at some stage, and then the ROI comes there. So imagine that you have invested $1,000 and you got $2,000 back. It's already 2x ROI, so I think we should be happy even if we have a result like that. I want to say that sometimes we need to learn how to move into uncomfortable. I find that many people are not comfortable with sales or being salesy for some reason, but unless you learn sales, being successful in business is really hard. Okay, you need to understand that sales is just a part of business, and there is nothing to do about it. That's the way to learn it, and you don't have to be salesy if you do it correctly. If you find yourself struggling If you can't figure it out, please don't get frustrated. Please don't be by yourself. Just ask for help as soon as possible. Most importantly, do the doing on the daily basis and take those short actionable steps. We are breaking down this program into a small actionable, like 5 minutes approximately videos. Some of them can be longer by nature, but generally I want to say it's just going to be shorter videos where you can take steps, and you can take a step a day. Just devote some 20-30 minutes to working on that today. Watch the video and do that part. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Do not think that, oh, I need to watch the whole course because I need to understand and grasp what it's all about, but rather just go into each step and do the steps. You will save yourself some time. It's up to you how you do it in the end, but this is my recommendation. And of course, it's really important that you make time for the program. A lot of the entrepreneurs and business owners that I'm speaking with, they are already engaged into their business in such a way that they don't have time at all. This is actually not really good. Generally, later on we might talk about how to restructure your business in a way that you're getting more free time, but for now, just make time for the program. So if you do the commitment, look into your calendars and make those time slots for your program. And when you will be going through the course, you'll have that ability to mark those parts that you've done before, just so that you can visually assess what's been done. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the introduction. That's our first video. I'm very excited. If you have any questions, you know how to contact us, or we will be posting the details just below the video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye for now.